Guys, can you believe it's almost February? Well, it's got me to thinking about baits and what baits you guys need to have tied on, what baits I'm gonna have tied on when February hits. So here they are. But before I go into them, be sure you comment, because at the end of this deal, 7 days later, after this video's aired, I am gonna go through there, pick 3 lucky winners. I'm gonna mail you these baits, and these baits, I will have the right hooks on them. I will change the hooks out on them. I will have them rigged up and ready to go for you guys to catch some fish on. So be sure you comment on them, just like we did in the January video. We gave all that stuff away, and if you guys hadn't seen that January video, go back and check it out, especially for you guys that are a little further north. Those baits in January where I live are gonna be good for you guys just a little further north. So let's dive off into it. Man, the #1 bait that I'm gonna mention right off the bat is this bait right here. It's a jig. I won the Bassmaster Classic on this bait. The final day had 29 pounds. It's just a little Andy's custom bass jig, and what makes it special is this old brown rubber that they have in it. This is stuff that you can't find anywhere. It's special because of the color. Like when this is in really clear water, it's very dull, doesn't have a lot of action. It's just a really, really special bait. This skirt is hand tied. Like I said, I had 29 pounds, won $300,000 on this bait right here, the final day of the Bassmaster Classic. This color here is green crawl. That's the color I throw in super clear water, like gin clear water. So it's got a real faded orange belly. I've got it paired with a Chigger crawl right here. I like the Chigger crawl when I want to slow the fall down or I want a bigger presentation. I will trade that Chigger crawl out and put a Crazy Legs Chigger crawl on it, the 3-inch version. It's a lot smaller, a lot more compact. It gives it a little faster fall and doesn't have quite as much action. So the green crawl color, that's gonna go to one of you lucky guys. If the water's a little dingier, I like the brown and the orange. Again, I got it paired with that. This is a brand new bait. I need to trim the skirt on that. You can kind of see that the skirt's a little long. Time out, guys. Oh, here they are right here, my scissors. So this is how I trim the skirt. I'm just gonna trim it right a little bit below that hook right there, if you can see. Just trim that skirt up just a little bit. All right, there's my presentation. Now, when I rig that bait, I'm gonna bite the first section of that Crazy Legs Chigger crawl off. So it shortens it up a little bit. I don't want it too long, and it shortens it up to where the hook comes out right between the eyeballs on that Chigger crawl. Now these baits here, I am gonna have this one rigged up on 12-pound test, sometimes 10 if it's really, really clear, a lot of times 12. You know, then I'll go up to 14 if the water's a little dirty or if I can get away with it. The third one I've got is black and blue. This is gonna be for that really dingy water that I have, yet it's a compact bait, small presentation for when those crawdads are really small in the spring. So there it is, my 3 jigs, you know, dirty water, medium dirty water, clear water. I'm gonna mail these guys to 3 lucky winners along with the trailers. So bait number 2 is a lipless crankbait. This one in particular is a Berkley Warpig. This is the 1/2 ounce version. I've got a 3/4 ounce version for that deeper grass or the deeper when you need to get it deeper. But you know, there's lots of colors you can throw. But there's really only one you need to throw, and it's gonna be red. You know, in February, think red, think red, think red. It's just a color that fish eat. Clear water, muddy water, I'm gonna throw red. It's just, you cannot go wrong with red lipless crankbaits in the spring. I'm gonna throw these baits anywhere from 12 to 20-pound test. I'm gonna throw 12 if I need it to get deeper, 20-pound test if I need to keep it shallower. The bigger the line, the more resistance coming through the water. So that gives that bait lift. The smaller the line, the more that bait will fall. I think it's really important to throw this on fluorocarbon. There's some people out there that throw it on braid, but I will not throw this on monofilament. There's too much stretch. You just can't get a good hook in it. The other thing that's really important is to put good hooks. These are the EWG style hooks. I'm gonna throw this on a cranking rod, a 7/6 mag heavy cranking rod. I'm gonna use a 6/8 to 1 gear ratio reel early in February, or if the water's really cold where you're at. I'm gonna go up to that 8/3 to 1 gear ratio reel later in the month as the water warms. This is gonna be a bait that's gonna work for you when the water hits that 48, 49 degree mark all the way up to 65. That's when you start throwing this bait right here. It's really, really good. Now I do have one variance in my third one here One of you guys is gonna win this one. It's a Siebel. I'll put the hooks on it. I always take my hooks off. I took these right out of my box. You notice the 3/4 ounce doesn't have hooks on it either. I just store them without hooks to keep from scratching them. What I love about the Siebel, it's even more subtle. So if you got really clear water, really pressured fish, let's say you go through the area with the regular Warpig and you've been fishing it for a few hours, turn around and go through it with a Siebel. It's just a little tighter, a little quieter, a little more of a finesse type rattle bait, but really, really good. Catches a lot of big fish, guys. This is one of those secret baits that not a lot of people talk about, the Siebel right here. All right, final. The Frittside, a flat-sided crankbait. That is a bait that you have got to have tied on starting in February on through March. It's a very subtle bait, very tight bait. When I say tight, it doesn't have a real wide wobble. It's a cold water bait. So this is the bait that you start throwing when that water's from 50 to 62, 63 degrees. I've got a brown craw here. This is gonna be a super good one, you know, where you got clear water, rocks, just a great, great bait. Just phenomenal. Throw this bait on 12-pound tests, sometimes 10, every now and then 14, but don't go bigger. It takes too much of the action away. The Frittside, the 5, that's a size 5. I've got that bait tied on. You'll notice I changed the hooks out again. I put the EWG style hooks. One of you guys is gonna win that bait right there. Another one is this one right here, the Special Red Craw in the size 7. This gets just a little bit deeper. If where I need to get the bait is down deeper in the water column, that's the bait right there that I'm gonna have tied on. I also put in the mix another size 7 with shad, you know, the shad pattern. You know, there's some times that they get off the red, you need to have a shad pattern. Again, throw these on 10, 12-pound tests. They're gonna be really, really good when that water's from 50 to 60 degrees. Very, very tight, very subtle. This is a clear water bait. Don't be throwing this in super, super muddy water. So when you got that water visibility, 2 foot or greater, that's when I throw this bait, and it really, really shines. I've got it on a 7-foot medium heavy action rod. Again, 12-pound test, a 6:8 gear ratio reel. Guys, there it is. I want you guys to leave me a comment. I'm gonna mail those baits to you guys. I appreciate you following along. Those are my top baits for February. I'm not saying it's the only baits. Obviously, people live all over our great country, and but for the most part, right here in the Midwest, well, not even to the East Coast or the West Coast, those are the baits that are gonna catch them. Out California Delta, I mean, I think over to like Hartwell or something like that, that Frittside. So those are the baits for me that I think are the best baits to have tied on this coming month of February. Guys, don't forget to leave a comment. Just a reminder, I'm giving these away. I want you guys to put these to use. Send me a picture when you catch them after you get them, and I wish you all the best, and hopefully your personal best is coming in February, because it's the time of year that you can catch it.